We've learned quite a bit about Nebraska's history. Now we're going to move on and learn a little bit about Bellevue's history. So, the history of Bellevue, Nebraska. Where in the world is Bellevue? Well, it's located along the eastern side of Nebraska, and it's situated along the Missouri River. You can see here the Missouri River runs along the eastern edge, and Bellevue is right here on the eastern side with Council Bluffs, Iowa, right underneath that arrow. It's just on the other side. How did Bellevue all begin? Well, it started as a fur trading post built on the land by Joshua Pilcher in 1822. 6 years later, in 1828, the post was purchased by Lucien Fontenelle and was named Fontenelle's Post. You probably recognize that name, Fontenelle, as we went to the Fontenelle Forest. The post was a central trading point with local Omaha, Otoe, Missouri, and Pawnee Native American tribes. 4 years later, Fontenelle sold the post in 1832, and a couple named Moses and Eliza Merrill moved into the post into 1833 for a few years. Eventually, though, it was abandoned in about 1839. Why is the city of Bellevue called Bellevue? Well, early French-Canadian trappers named the area Bellevue, which means beautiful view because of the beauty of the view from the bluffs overlooking the Missouri River. Bellevue was originally settled in the 1830s but was officially incorporated in 1855. Makes it the oldest continuous town in Nebraska. Bellevue grew a lot between the 1840s and 50s, but experienced a real building boom in about 1854. The First Presbyterian Church, a bank, a hotel, and dozens of private homes were among the new structures that were built. And the town grew mostly because people expected Bellevue to be named the capital of the Nebraska Territory. However, Omaha was chosen, and once Omaha began to increase in population, Bellevue started to decline. It was almost near extinction. From about 1880 to 1940, Bellevue slowly began to grow again. Bellevue is located within Sarpy County. All of these are counties in Nebraska, and this red one here is Sarpy. Sarpy County is also home to Papillion, Ralston, La Vista, Springfield, and Gretna. Sarpy County has the smallest area of any county in Nebraska. However, it is the third most populous county in the state. Sarpy County is named after Colonel Peter Sarpy, an early fur trader at Fontenelle's Post, located in the Bellevue area in the 1840s. Peter Sarpy, who was he? Well, he was born in Louisiana in 1804 to a French family. He moved to St. Louis with his family while he was still a child, but when he was 19 in 1824, he moved to the Nebraska Territory to work at the American Fur Company's trading post at Council Bluffs. He worked and managed several trading posts for about 10 years. He operated the Council Bluff trading post during 1835. Then he moved westward in 1836, and in 1837 he established Fort Jackson in Colorado. In 1838 he moved back to the Bellevue area and set up another trading post. He occupied Fontenelle's Post in 1840. Around 1846, he started a ferry business along the Missouri River between Bellevue and Iowa. This allowed people, wagons, and their animals to cross. A few groups of people that, from history, that he helped ferry across the river. Well, he ferried early pioneers heading to Oregon for the free land there. along the Oregon Trail. He ferried the Mormons in 1847 who were traveling to Utah across the river and supplied them with what they'd need to continue their travels. He ferried the gold miners across the river for their journey during the gold rush of 1849. And in 1854, Peter Sarpy helped establish a post office in Bellevue and helped a group of people lay out the town of Bellevue. He was married and then moved to Plattsmouth. In 1862, and that's when he moved there, and he ended up dying there in 1865. Peter Sarpy is who we named Sarpy County after, in his honor. So there's some information about Bellevue and Sarpy County and Peter Sarpy himself.